Hi, welcome back. I've been to the River Wandle again this morning. I took my wife to have a look. I drove over there and cut through a park, very beautiful, and showed her the new bit. But this is very similar to what I did the other day, Tuesday afternoon I think. Just a slightly further around the river. You can see that. What we've got is a lot of shadow, a lot of reflection here on the far side of the bank. And here there's the new cycle and pedestrian path that runs along this part of the river. Going into these lovely dark greens here, I'll have to do a bit of blue to show a bit of distance there. And we've got the light from the sky just shining through this bit here and coming down across here. I don't know what that is. So we'll have a go at that. I'll try to remember to aim the camera back at the painting. Just arrange my tablet so I can see it. Okay, right. Oh, well, we don't have to do it. It's done. Right, there's my palette: lemon yellow, raw sienna, alizarin crimson, light red, ultramarine, burnt umber, Payne's grey, and burnt sienna. I've kept them moist overnight in the Ziploc bag. Great idea by Maria Kellner. Right, I'm painting this on the line and wash I did yesterday of the Norfolk scene. Seems to be getting 2 or 3 unlikes already, but you seem to like it. So it's not going to go anywhere, I'm just going to demonstrate this one on the back of it. Right, okay. Fabriano, £130, very good for wet in wet, cheap. And the 2-inch Romance and Hake. It's actually about 1 3/4 inches. Right, so we'll wet the paper all over. It's a lovely day today. The Wandle was actually beautiful. I showed my wife a lot of the fish that are now in it. Once was an open sewer early in the 20th, or through the 20th century, 19th century. All these mills working on it. There's only one left now. And it's a pottery, and it's right next to where Liberty's had one of their factories, and where William Morris, they printed William Morris designed wallpapers for Liberty's. And the Channel 4 with Tony Robinson did a time team excavation on the old foundations, which are under grass now, but so you would never know they've been and gone. Right, I'll just let that expand a little bit. Let's give it a good it's very dry today. Okay, as that expands, just reclip it. Keep it really nice and flat. But it's bucking up now a bit because of yesterday's exertions on it. Right, I'll put in it's a very brilliant day, so nice bit of sienna. This is nice and moist from yesterday. So here we go. Right, put in a bit of blue, and I put a bit of blue where the water, the reflections are going to go, the sky. So just clean my brush thoroughly. And I'll just mop away some of that sienna. It won't be blue. Right, bit of ultra, a bit of alizarin, just to tone it back a little bit. Okay, lightening the sky as we come down to the horizon. Right, so the river's sweeping around here, but there's only a little bit of blue reflection over here. I should put it in while we've got a chance. Okay. paper's a bit twisted now. That's what happens when you paint on both sides of the paper. Okay, it's going nice and almost nice and flat. Right, we'll put in some distant blue, a bit of light red, I think. So just to show a bit of lemon yellow. Let's put it in there. Now we've got it's about the middle, and there's this lovely shape of a tree here, sort of roundish. And I'll put that in there. There's a big dark shadow tree in there as well. So let's just get the background in first. Then we oh, that's much bigger. The tree's much bigger than I painted it. Okay. I use quite a bit of Payne's grey in this as well, so it's a little bit of shadow on the trees here, and then we've got a nice dark shadowy tree on the right, and I'll just put that in. I can put some detail over this when it dries, and then we've got a nice dark bit of burnt umber in there. Another little dark shadow tree here on the path. Right, now the rest is, this path is down there, and that's all shadow. Now we've got the green bank going from here, going up to there. So nice, I've put the path in. So for that I'll use a bit of light red and a bit of sienna. And just coming down there. That's the path. Right. So I'm going to highlight all the edges around this to make it look quite well, hopefully interesting. Now we've got a dark tree here in front of that, so let's put it in with a bit of burnt sienna, burnt umber I mean, lemon yellow, Payne's grey. We're quite rich and juicy. Don't know what tree it is. Might be an elderberry. But we'll just put it in and down to there. And there's be some yellowy bits on the light side of that, so I'll just come down here. That's coming over to there. Right, let's just line that with the yellow. Right, okay. Now we can develop these trees in here a little bit. Some shadow. There. Children on school holiday, and you can hear them in the gardens. I'll wait for that to dry a bit. Let's go go under here anyway, make sure that's nice and dark as it goes into the round the path. I'm not going to put the bridge in. That's all shadow there. Okay. This I'm going to dry brush over. It's still a little bit wet. I'm going to just re-clip the paper, and I'll put this bank in here. I'm trying to make this as simple as possible, whilst remaining fairly true to the actual riverscape. This is coming all around here. Big clumps of bramble, all sorts of stuff here. I'll just get the basic washes in and I'll go over that with some dry brush later, put the detail in. We've got darker greens in here. Vary the greens, the colours. Just highlight around the edge of the path a little bit. Right, okay, that's the basic wash for that, and we've got some reeds coming up here. Irises or flags. Okay, so that's the basic wash of that side, but I want that to dry now. And then I can go over with the detail, a bit of stick or a bit of dry brush. Now we've got lots and lots of shadowy depths of these big trees on this bank here. So let's put in the bank. So for that I'll just use dark green. Overhanging there a little bit. Okay, so nice lighter greens touching there. So let's put that in. See, that side's nice and dry now. And there's a tree over here. Now we've got the big dark ones. The dramatic contrast. And they come right down to there, and then we've got the strong reflections. Okay, a lot of darks in there, so we can warm those up with a bit of burnt umber. Then we've got a lighter colour bank where it's catching the light in here. Okay, could put my shadows on there. Let's get in with the darker, warmer. Just loosen up some burnt sienna. Right, get a big shadow in here. Lemon yellow back in. in here, and then nice and light. In there, and then some light catching the tops of the trees as we come into here. Darks. I let that darken, dry off a little bit. So we've got the shadow in the bank. Dark in there. Nice. The banks in between the reeds. Nice dark in here. I'm mixing burnt sienna with the Payne's grey and a bit of yellow, lemon yellow. You can't see too many trunks in there. There aren't any. Not that show anyway. Right, let's get this in. I haven't managed to preserve that light there. Reflections I'll do last. Up there. I'll probably put a few branches up there. Now that seems to be a bit of shadow on here, I can see. Right, okay, and a little bit in there. And then a little bit undercutting of the bank of this. Too even. Right, just put some of this in here, it's dry. Right, now we can go back on here and do some light, nice dark greens, because they're in the shadow. So much of this shadow. It's about 11 o'clock when we walked down here, so the sun wasn't overhead really. Just gonna, I'm going to leave that quite dark in there. I mean light, shall I say. Just a bit of texture. So that's on this sort of shadowy side. I'll just put a little bit in there. Then we've got the strong shadow on this lot here. Right. A nice bit of dry brush in there. So there's some of that light through. Highlight this bottom bit here, this shadow bit here. Trying to show some of the grass poking through the base of that tree in the shadow. Right, lovely dark bit in here where that bridge is. Okay. Warming up a little bit, but burnt sienna. Go over there. And nice shadow here, nice depth. So really dark green. Partly that is a cast shadow, although it's not. The sun was quite high, so I'll just drag it over a little bit, just to show. But it's just a pool shadow, I would say, from sun that is not quite overhead, but is quite high in the sky. High in the sky. Perfect. Right, I reckon I can do some detailing in here. But I won't put in, if I wanted to cheat, I could use some acrylic paint on this to highlight the light. But that takes it into a different realm altogether. Can't call it watercolour then. Right, glaze over that with a little bit of green. Right, a bit of texture in here now. Dry brush, dark greens. Not a lot of overhang here. I'll do this with some of this with a rigger. It's a little bit damp. General shape of the curve of the bank if I can. I'll let that go for a moment. I want to do the reflections. I want that to dry, then I can do maybe some stipple. Try to do some of these white shine. And there's a reed bed here. I know what I'm going to do. Just put in just a little bit of shadow under here. Soften it. Right, okay, so that's the river going round there. I've got a little bit wrong there, but I could rectify that by just going around this corner here with some faint green. Okay. Yeah, that's not quite right. But anyway, I'll give that a dry, so take your headphones off. Right, now the thing is to paint what you see rather than what you think you see. So I'm going to wet this passage or this water all over. And while that's like that, we can put in the nice reflections. Yeah, it comes over there. It's just a bit of light there. Could put some blue in, back in, because that's sort of lost. It's nice dark. And we've got some nice greens reflecting in the left bank. Put them in. And then we've got the blue. A bit too bright, or too. Right, now nice and dark now for the bank reflections on the other side. I've painted what I've seen, or what I think I've seen. Well, no, not what I think I've seen. If it says dark, paint dark. If it says light, paint light. And then it seems to be a little bit of a, I don't know, a bit of a something else in here. Right, I'll fix that. Hold on. I think that could have come over a bit more. I'll give that another draw and I'll re-wet it. Clean the brush, nice clean water, and then nice dark bit there again. Okay, I'm going to let that go. Right, now dry my brush thoroughly, so I find a clean, a nice dry-ish bit. And we'll start the old stipple. Let's put a bit of water on the palette. Right, some dark greens in here. I'll use a rigger in a minute. Nice dark at the base, nice and warm. There's a bit of burnt sienna in there. And I reckon we can put a few dark leaves. Just a little goes a long way. Right, now to do a bit of wicker work. Right, I'll make a brush. It's dried off. Headphones. Right, now some trunks, which is just a bit of burnt sienna with Payne's grey. This is not strictly accurate. I can't see any trees, but we'll put something just to show a bit of interest. Not much more than that. This is here is where we've got the reeds. Nice and dark. Some of these and some are light. And just some nice lemon ones. Then we'll put some bits of twigs and stems and all sorts of stuff in it. Right, I will try to put in that bridge. There are numerous bridges I've put in, small bridges. There's a drainage. This is a big park to the right here. It was the site of Mitcham Rugby Football Club, and there are still 4 rugby pitches there, and a great big manor house which is now into lovely apartments. They've dug a drainage ditch that runs into the Wandle somewhere here, or I put that gap is too big, but never mind. Only I know that. So we'll put a bridge here. Something like that. Right. Not in the right position, but it's a bridge. Now, I could put in a figure. I can just take out. Let's put in here. Just remove the water. And the scale. Right, okay. I think that's going to work. I might have to take him out. But no, it's not going to work, is it? I'll won't worry about it. Right, I'll give it a signature. I don't know if it's worth one, but it's quite a tricky one to do. The idea is to try to simplify. And there's so much to confuse the eye in the sort of picture. There's so much you just can't put it all in. But as you can see, it's not one of my normal skies. I don't really like doing skies that are just one colour, just a graduated wash. I prefer to put clouds and make it more interesting, but that's as it was. I have something original. Right, okay, let's put it in a mouth and we'll have a look. Blue mount. I think I could, while I'm at it, just take a little bit of ruffling out. There is something, it's like a log that's floating. I'm not going to put it in. Just some flicks and flourishes. Bob asked us to do this with a hake. A thirsty hake, I would say. Right, okay. That'll do. Let's put a mount on it before we make it worse. Okay, so there's a Wandle from the bike path or the pedestrian, or the new track. It's all lovely pea shingles to stop us going too fast, I think. Right, let's zoom into that. Around here. It's actually a bit darker than I'm looking at it on the screen. That's more like it. Oh, that's not too bad, is it? Well, there we are. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.